My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire model. We're going to be continuing with the Silent. Doing A15 here. Yeah, let's go. Alright. Silent A15. I haven't done a good poison deck in a very long period of time. Ooh, offer me an upgrade and I am going to take it on the right card. I'm trying to analyze the path at the same time as talk, and apparently I can do exactly one thing at a time. There is no multitasking. My brain is not hyper-threaded. It's just rough. Ooh, there's like a lot of good paths if I actually want to go for elites, but I don't know if I want to go for elites. You know what? I'll give myself four card selections before I decide how many elites I want to go for. The possibility still exists that we go for 0. So I'm actually avoiding early question marks. I know. Me. I'm trying to use some of the best practices that I put in position for the Heartbreaker, the A20 Heartbreaker for Silent. Trying to put a couple of those in play just because I have had some difficulty recently with the Silent and the video game on Ascension 15 and trying to take out too many elites, so let's rectify that a little bit. Strength pot. Do love a dagger spray early. This helps cover one of the weaknesses of this character. Weakness on turn 1, super good as well. Ooh. Yeah, the perfect draws. Absolutely perfect draws in this fight so far. And rounded out. Beautiful. Quick Slash's damage backflip is more draw. Still looking for damage, though. Let that be said. Regardless of the fact that I took that, I'm still mostly looking for damage. I want it to be poison, but it's A15. I can't just sit here and wait for poison to turn up. Poison might not turn up. Okay. It's looking like it's not gonna. All right, well, here's my final card before... Oh, thank heck I got that dagger spray as well. You warm up for 2 turns before you actually strike. It's really important I kill the fat gremlin there, just so that I can't get weakened, so that I actually have a fighting chance of taking out the gremlin wizard. I'm probably not going to, but I have a fighting chance. You know, I have to use a strength potion. That gremlin wizard has to die. It's very important. Yeah. Because I've taken that 30 a couple times. I don't know if I've ever won after I took the 30. I think I just limp for a couple of spaces and then I lose. I'm going to dodge all elites. I'm going to try and get a shiv build to get... Oh, use! Now? You're gonna give this to me now? Right after I took what I just took? You absolute monster. Alright, I'm cutting a strike. We're gonna try and lean into poison. First upgrade is not just fumes. I actually may be able to push through an elite here. Ooh, especially the Lagavulin, thank you. Try and get close to my next shuffle. Oh, what a good opener here as well. Already got the poison out. Enemy is weakened for the next turn. Full defend there. Quite happily as well. And mostly full defend here. Get as much aggression as I possibly can on exactly the right turn. The weakness and then the full block. What is life? If this gets a single defend, that's enough. What a great Lagavulin fight. What an absolutely incredible draw. Rune Dedicahedron, increase peaceful. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Another Noxious Fumes. Void Shard. Yep, we're going for a Noxious Fumes, Void Shard. Noxious Fumes, Void Shard. I'm going to try and go for another elite as well. We're going for a Noxious Fumes defensive poison stacking deck. Empowering Shard. For each axe you climb, gain 1 strength at the start of each combat. I mean, it's at least 1 strength right now, and I like a Vajra. It's a Vajra that gets better. Vajra that scales all the way up to Girya. I think I need the speed potion this turn. Because the best case scenario was that I drew Noxious Fumes and I had to play it. Worst case scenario was I didn't, and then I needed to defend as much as I possibly could with just 2 cards so that I could justify... Needed to defend as much as I could with just 2 cards so that I could justify playing a Noxious Fumes. This will get him. Sure, I take 7, but again... we'll come out on top. Incredible. Just absolutely incredible draws. Elite combats. Lantern started combat with original energy. Totally poison. Oh, it's become the poison deck. And there's a catalyst that the game wants me to pick up as well. Oh. Do I do it? No. No, I don't do it. So exclusively due to the fact that it's a 50-50, this is a Gremlin Knob, and the deck is... like, I've lost enough HP that I think a couple bad early draws against a Gremlin Knob, I die. So I'm bailing out. To a shop where I can't remove a card, but... I'll take that. Get rid of another strike. Who needs it? Memori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Offer me a curse. Damn it. Can't believe the game would do that to me. Didn't even offer me a curse after I asked. Very politely. You heard. Polite as hell. Good gosh. Just good gosh, y'all. Dagger Spray is entirely unnecessary at this point. This deck starts slow. Doesn't have a high density. This is going to be the hardest decision I make. Because this deck actually doesn't have extra defense at all. I have to rest. I desperately wanted to upgrade the Noxious Fumes there, but I think I have to rest. Because I'm not guaranteed to be able to knock the enemy down in these early turns. Because our damage is very slow. It builds up. And I'm also not that great at defending. So I can get 13, 23 block this turn. I don't think I need all of that block, so I'm not going to use the speed potion here, because I'm also not going to perfect this fight. Maybe there were enough defense in the deck. I was thinking, you know, what about the possibility if I just get like a really garbage hand and I can't defend well enough? I still think... yeah, I still think I could have just been screwed by bad draw RNG and that it was correct to rest, despite the fact that clearly here it's not bearing itself out as great strategy. It looks like I probably could have gotten an upgrade. What did I enter the fight on? I healed 19 from that. Whatever my base HP at value, so 30, 34 I think I came in here with. No, 34 I think I had before the rest. 34, 24? I can't remember. I'm not going to try and... Oh, enemy's dead. I'm not going to try and figure that out. Corpse explosion. Call him a shot. After image will do. Inability to see what your enemies are doing is not that bad when you don't change what you're doing based on what they're doing at all. So we'll take it. The inability to rest, like, would be fine if I had more defense in this deck already, but I don't. So, like, a single copy of Leg Sweep, I'm super happy. Crippling Cloud, and then maybe another slightly defensive, like, something that just straight up gives me block in particular. Then I'm happy. That's about it. Just need some big block. I know on the first turn the enemy here is we're in Ascension 15, so they're doing 12, as in a 6 and a 2. 6 by 2. There we go. When it's relevant and when I know what they're doing because it's determined, I'll tell you what they're doing with the Runic Dome. Other than that, I won't mention it. They're going to be hexing me this turn. Oh, look, there's the hex. The rest of this, no clue. Sorry, on your own. I'm trying not to fill my deck with Dazed right now. Just because if the enemy makes me vulnerable this turn, which they didn't, but if they had, it would be really, really important the turn after that I defended, because then they can turn around and suddenly do like 25 damage. Escape plan makes sense here. Like it's just one block from after image at worst. Yeah. Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. We negate the curse there with the Omamori, and we get another one. Hell yes. Negate the next curse, and we get the Warp Tongs at the start of your turn. Upgrade a random card in your hand for the rest of combat. Footwork. Footwork and escape plan. Footwork and escape plan. And finesse. I can afford them all. Wild. Just absolutely wild. These enemies are both attacking for 11 this turn, but I'm fine on missing 3 block. I'm not going to use the speed potion for that. It's probably going to be more important later. If I'd ordered this turn better, I could have full blocked this turn as well. Okay, so this turn... Oh, right, with the weakness I have. So this turn, they either... Oh my god, I have no defense. I hope they're not attacking. They're either attacking or they're doing giant hits. Sorry, they're either attacking, doing giant hits, or they're going to defend to set up for dashing away next turn. Defend? Attack, damn. At least we got them both down. Regen potion and blur pre-upgraded? What is this? Why do I deserve this? Go for that after image, obviously. I really want to cut across the left now. I've got a regen potion. I don't think a single boss combat, like just a single elite combat can kill me right now. But especially if I feel really fine after that, I'm happy to go up this path. 2 rests, 2 more elites. I miss the Avari, but it's looking good. So on turn 1, it's usually 6 by 2, but it's possible they do 21. I'm looking for another power to set up. Yeah. Oh, 21? 24. They did 24 there. Got it. Yeah, these are the worst case scenarios. This is why I need more defense in the deck, because like, Hang on, do I? I only have 5 attacks in this deck. That hand drew, I think, 4, as well as the Deadly Poison. No, 3, as well as the Deadly Poison and the Ascender's Bane. So that was just an unlucky draw. Defend, 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 and draw. And then the rest of those are already set up. And this is like semi-defense. This is already in play. At least we got neutralized. So this is going to be 6x2, but the 6x2 is going to be reduced to 4x2. So I actually only take 4 damage this time. Oh, 5. Right. Again, sorry, I'm not accounting for Ascension level 15 at the moment. Or at least I'm not accounting for it correctly. Yeah, I'll blur. Get as much block as I can this turn. Have that carry through the next turn. So the next turn would be 7x4, 28 incoming. At maximum. And just did 24 with a single hit then instead. Weakening the enemy again. And now it definitely is a 7x4, but it's reduced to 5x4. 5x4? Yeah, it should be 5x4 this turn. Right? 20? There we go. Enemy's dead. Bottle Tornado upon pickup, choose a power card, start each combo without an opening hand. That is as much as I would like any of the rest of them, but it's footwork. It has to be footwork. Get my defense set up so quickly. Oh my god. No one's attacking this turn, so I get to just do this. So you're attacking for 10, you're attacking for 11. Oh, sorry, 10? Yeah, 10 and 11. So 22 incoming damage. I'm going to throw the Deadly Poison against the backliner just to get rid of one of your artifacts again. Oh, the front line was already dead. That's my mistake. I didn't need to do that. That is the single attack I threw against it. I didn't need to. Ooh, look at that blur. Lovely to see you, friend. These escape plans are working an absolute treat. This run is blowing my GD mind with its quality. No, hard pass. I'm doing it. I have more cards that I want to upgrade. Bird-faced urn! Whenever you play a power card, heal for 2 HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We heal for 10 HP each combat. Because we always play all of those every combat. So, footwork desperately needs an upgrade. Also, it's probably going to save me more HP than I might have gotten with resting there. But resting after this makes more sense. If I rest at all, that is. So I don't know who's attacking this turn, except I know Sneaky Gremlin's doing 10, Mad Gremlin's doing 5. Gremlin Leader might be attacking this turn, I don't know. I'll neutralize the backline just in case they are. And I'm going to blur. Because if they're not attacking this turn, they will attack next turn because I've taken down none of the gremlins. But that's fine by me. Oh, they are attacking this turn. Neat. See how all of these turns, regardless, kind of, I already know what cards to play? This deck doesn't have that many decisions to make, is effectively what I'm saying there. Which is why I was so comfortable taking the Runic Dome. Hopefully you're not attacking this turn. You shouldn't be, though. Yeah, you are. Of course you are. There was the possibility that it could, but I was just very hopeful that it wasn't going to, so that I could be a little bit more aggressive there. Set up that Deadly Poison. Dagger Spray. Oh! That Dagger Spray is ridiculous. I'm going to use these shivs. Despite the fact these enemies are dead, I want them to die on my turn so that I get the extra draw from the Gremlin Horn. We took a lot of damage in this combat, and yet we're still higher or similar on HP as to when we came in, just because we played 10 power. We got 10 HP from the powers. Speaking of HP, Blood Vial at the start of each combat heal for 2 HP, as well as 5 regen from a regen potion. Another blur. I swear someone is scripting this run. Someone behind the scenes is scripting this run for me, and thank you. I have been recording a lot today, and not all of it has gone like this, so thank you. Much appreciated. What a ridiculous amount of free block I got there. That justifies me now playing the Noxious Fumes. I was otherwise going to possibly consider passing one of those up, but no. I got so much free block. Escape plan into finesse. Patently ridiculous. Okay. And we are all good now. I haven't even found a catalyst. I don't even know if I need a catalyst. Ugh. 2 blurs in the deck, and like, if we can get one more backflip in this deck, oh, do it to me, game, do it to me. Damn it. I was really hoping I was just gonna draw it right there, just capping off the whole run, giving me everything I asked for. Puzzle Cube. At the start of each turn, Puzzle Cube picks a random card in your draw pile. If you play that card, draw a card. Yeah, like another backflip in this deck, and I will have enough draw to... Well, not enough draw, but I will nearly have enough draw to repeatedly be playing these blurs. Like, constantly be blurred. It's a nice, refreshing change of pace from constantly being faded instead. Can I go for Deadly Poison Blur? Hell yes. So this is going to help me set up a lot of block for the next turn. So both of the chumps will be attacking for 7. Oh, that escape plan draws 2 cards. You're incredible. So it drew the card from playing the escape plan first, as in from the puzzle cube, and then this one, because it gave me the block for drawing a skill. Wild. Both of those torch heads are just going to die in general to AoE. I don't think I have to focus on them at all. But yeah, hands like this are clearly why we require a... yikes. Hands like that are why we really still do need another backflip in the deck. Ooh, very glad the backliner wasn't attacking that turn. That would have been pretty tragic for me. All right, before I play anything that draws a card, it's very important I play Blur first so that it's available in my next cycle. I don't even want to play the Blade Dance there. The only target I would hit with it is the Collector, and the Collector was blocking that turn. So the Collector is almost certainly using a giant hit this turn. My main concern is just block. Oh, damn. They weren't. Wild. But yeah, my main concern is just block as much as is humanly possible at all times, and then let the blur keep that block for me. I'm on 102 block right now. This is Ascension 15. I haven't even really, like, other than Empowering Shard and Puzzle Cube, I haven't really even taken advantage of anything available in Infinite Spire. Like, no event pumped me to this position. It wasn't like a different opening choice that did so. I didn't go to Avari at all. This is just a nutty ass run. God. I'm having a lot of fun, can you tell? A good amount of damage to have taken there, Collector. Blur him? Yep. Look at this constantly blurred. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that whole sequence with the Omamori usages as well. Mind-blowing. Right. Ghost in a Jar is incredible. Alchemize gets a lot worse. A lot worse when you're, number one, only able to hold 2 potions, but number 2, it's diluting my defense. But number 3, the actual important one is when you definitely intend on taking Sozu if it's offered. See? Yeah, this is 100% Sozu. And that extra energy really brings into sharp focus the fact that I desperately need backflip. Yeah, this deck doesn't scale. Like, it's... Yeah, this is not an endless. It's... Is it a heart kill? The problem with the heart is the heart, like, the heart gets bigger so quickly. And our Noxious Fumes need time. Like, we can defend really well, and we would defend great against the heart. I mean, obviously the heart would be trashing our deck a little bit, and that could be a problem. And obviously, another big thing that would prevent me from going for the heart is the Runic Dome means that I know the heart is buffing. Well, on the very first turn of combat, I know that it's debuffing me, and I know that it's trashing my deck with 5 statuses, each of the 5 statuses, that is. And then I know on turn 2, it's either attacking me 15 times for a small amount, or once for a giant amount. And then the turn 3, whichever it didn't do on turn 2, it does that. Then a buff, and then it loops back to those attacks, and then back to a buff, and then back to those attacks. And because it's non-deterministic in that way, like, I wouldn't know when to play a Piercing Wail or something like that. Like, Piercing Wail is one of the best cards you can have as the silent if you're going up against the heart, but I can't use it correctly here. Unless the enemy attacked on turn 2 and they did the big hit, and then I knew, yes, I will have the ability to triumph over you next turn. I could go for 3 elites this floor. I'm also skipping a party. I don't need it. I just don't. What I need more than that is just the better path that is offered by other things. I am still going to stack defense primarily here. Just because they can be attacking on turn 1. Not for a ridiculous amount, but they can be attacking on turn 1. Let them. They're allowed to attack on turn 1. They've got as much right to attack on turn 1 as you or I. This is the dangerous turn, because on turn 1, neither the Darkling in the front or the back line is capable of... Oh, Blur is just... Like, it's my only block card that turn, but because I have Blur, I know my next hand is well blocked, and I know my previous hand was well blocked. Like, oh. So good. But on the second turn, the Darkling in the front line and the Darkling in the back line both unlock the ability to attack twice in a turn. The Darkling in the middle never gets the ability to attack twice in a single turn. These are the kinds of things that, like, once you get deep in the weeds with this game, you start to recognize different patterns, and then occasionally someone in your comment section will tell you about a different pattern that you hadn't recognized, and then you say, thank you, I am going to now pretend that I am very good at this game, rather than you being very good at this game and being kind enough to help me. Incredible. Alright. Ooh, that Blur as well. Alright, I feel it. This is the fight where we get the backflip. Backflap me. Look at that. Complete garbage hand. Blur makes it all okay. I don't need to do anything else here. Just end the turn. I don't know. I don't know why I have these powers. I don't know why I was chosen by whatever deity you happen to follow for these powers in particular. but I will try to harness them for good. I can't promise to succeed in that attempt. Might. But I'll try. Alright. I'm already... So a little bit about me. As a person, I have difficulty living in the moment. I always live in, like, the worst possible future that could occur for that moment. So I went immediately from, damn, this is a good run, to, if I uploaded this with the title, most lucky run ever, would that be too clickbaity? It is really, really lucky, and I called a lot of things that shouldn't have happened, but did. Like, I've already gone back to, okay, what is my ethical responsibility here in terms of uploading this run and tagging it with metadata? I can't just enjoy the moment, damn it. One of these days, I'll learn it. One of these days. All right, we good. Gonna be down. I mean, if you're gonna do it, this was the path I elected, right? Yeah, this was the path I elected. Beautiful. Upgrade all cards, you can no longer heal. Do I even care about that? Like, I probably don't ever need to heal at this point. If I upgrade all of these cards, you know what? If I upgrade all these cards, I definitely never need to heal. I'm fine. Way too much to pay for that relic. All the cards in my entire deck are upgraded. Interestingly, this is probably the worst combat for us. But I think the fact that I can generate so much block will prevent that from mattering at all. Three. Backflip. Backflip. Blur, blur, noxious fumes, escape plan, neutralize. I want that backflip to be in the next shuffle, so I'm intentionally making sure that I don't draw here. Oh, okay. So when it picks a random card in your draw pile, it's your current draw pile. That's something that I've been thinking about. Like, how am I constantly getting the card for Puzzle Cube? I have 27 cards in my deck, but it can only pick from your remaining draw pile, so that makes sense. I just wasn't thinking about it at the time. I was thinking, draw pile, that's where all of my cards are. Cool. I'm just gonna block forever if you don't mind. Incoming damage? Where? I don't see any damage. So smallest to largest in terms of attacks. You only hit me for 30? Stop going easy. And goodbye. Incredible. Do I? I don't know if I want Bouncing Flask. Like, I have the ability to play it, but yeah, I think it hastens this a little bit. I can't heal at all anymore, so there's no reason to have the regen potion, but also I have Sozu, so I couldn't have even taken the other potion anyway. This is probably my most contentious, but I'm gonna still do it. It's my most contentious, but I'm also clearly very cocky right now. I am so glad neither of those did an attack that would, one sec. That neither of them did an attack putting a burn in my discard pile or draw pile there. Okay, they made up for it. I love how we're almost perfectly utilizing all of our energy every single turn to do something incredible. It's nice. I think it's almost certain that I take damage this... It is certain. It's certain I take damage to this Orb Walker this turn. By using the Ghost in a Jar, I maintain my Runic Dodecahedron for the rest of... the run. Where I otherwise mightn't. Alright. I don't know if I'm legitimately dumbstruck, speechless. Bottle Lightning actually isn't important to me here, but I have the ability to go to hard if I go for it. The only problem is that if I do take the Sapphire key here, and then if I do take the green key against you, right, and then I go against the boss, if I take any damage in that boss fight, I get none of that HP back for the heart. So, if you and I are willing to agree that I win this run by killing that boss, then I'll try for the heart. But if you consider the run a loss unless I kill the heart, if I go for the heart, then there's no reason for me to go for it. Why would I do that? People get frustrated, not only just viewers, but me as well, in myself, for not winning enough runs. Or rather, if there's a particularly long period of time where I lose a lot of runs. So this is effectively the decision point. I am going to try. Both of those Manuses would be upgraded. But energy isn't my concern. And I don't want to lose 12 HP. Again, that's the same problem with the hit points, right? So now I think I should dodge that elite and hit this shot. No, but I have a shot next floor. Does that mean I split out? This means... yeah, it means... yeah, it means... yeah. This is a problem. Writhing Mass has so many different things that it can do. And a lot of them will be extremely sore for me. So I have no idea what the intent of my enemy is here, and I have no idea what I would be changing it to. So there's no reason for me to not just constantly attack. I'm vulnerable, that's bad. Thankfully, Calipers, like, keeps all of my block that turn, even if I didn't have Blur, but I did have Blur that hand as well, so... it wasn't necessary, but... it was nice. Nice is true. See, we don't have Blur this turn, but I get to keep all of my block. Well, save 15 of it, but still. Don't you dare parasite me. That's a parasite. On the turn I asked you not to as well. Dagger Spray Survivor. Enemy's dead next turn. You can only put one parasite in my deck at all, so I know that you aren't gonna do it again, but still, grumble. Skill Pot and Flechette is... Like, Flechette is a lot of damage here. Do I take it? I kind of do need a little bit of abrupt damage. I'll take a single copy. Yeah, this is why I need abrupt damage. These daggers can be real mean. So this will just straight up kill one of you. Thank you. Oh! And that draws lethal on the other as well. I love it. Love it all. Noxious Fumes. Do I even care about blurring anymore? Yeah, I do, because it's blur and deadly poison anyway. So now the backliner dies next turn, but I do get hit. Striking the frontliner is effectively just drawing another card. And it pays for itself as well. Yeah, that Parasite needs to get out of the deck. I mean, obviously there's a shop at the start of the next floor. That's where it gets removed, but it's frustrating that it is in the deck at the moment. Okay. So the reason I play Blade Dance over Dagger Spray is it does more damage, but also so that I can play 4 cards for 4 triggers of After Image. All right. Peace. Back in preparation, the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. You know I love that. Another blur. That's it. That's it. We should never get hit for the rest of this run unless RNG gets real sideways. Oh, except for against the heart, obviously. Hey, we upgraded the Flechette there. Beautiful. The enemy can't even do their 45 on turn 1, so I knew I was going to be safe there. They can do it this turn, but they are weakened. These blurs are constant. It is remarkable how quickly we can deal damage to the enemy, despite the fact that we are a very, very defensive deck at heart. It's absolutely remarkable. There's your 49. Subtle reordering of cards there actually really helped out. Beautiful. This is where Calipers comes really in handy. So that I could... Oh, I didn't even keep the right amount of block. Look, I don't know what the enemy is intending to do here, but go for it. I mean, nice try. Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Yeah. I'll take a single copy of Acrobatics. Just to try and mitigate harsh, bad RNG. Sweet. I was just making sure I had all of the keys. The enemy does a really large amount of damage on turn 1 here, so... I'm not even going to Flechette this turn. In fact, I think it would just be a dumb idea to Flechette this turn. Noxious, deadly. I think I'm about to take 2 damage. It's tragic if we do. Yeah, exactly 2 damage. So the Runic Dodecahedron will never be active again. You can't even heal between floors with the Mark of the Bloom. I really wish that it didn't do that, because if you're ever going to the heart, you can never take the Mark of the Bloom. Unless things are really broken. What is this draw? Nice. Okay. I'm gonna Blade Dance just so that I can kill that. And that guarantees that the Bouncing Flask hits the correct target every time. Excuse me. Alright. I don't need that dagger spray. Blur and wait. Good hits. I'll go for a easy 40 against the enemy there. They don't have thorns on at the moment, so strike is free. Okay, thorns is back up. Hit that extra blur, hit the extra backflip. Blur? No? Blur? Hey! Somehow I knew I was about to get that blur. I'm not going to play any of those shivs. I don't need to. This is why. Rest in peace, Mass! Take all of those. To thump, to thump, to thump. 1467. I swear I got another 1467 today. Huh. Wild. All right. I rest and get nothing. In between floors, I got nothing. Oh, there's a crippling cloud here. Retain a card at the end of each turn. I mean, do I take that in crippling cloud? I think I might. If I could. So I can't, but I won't. That's fine. I'm gonna just casually play every card that ever existed right now, so... It's a fine first turn. I mean, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. This is totally balanced right now. I wish I had had the guts to call that a Mummified Hand would turn up. I wish. But even I didn't think there was any chance that was gonna happen. Pure insanity. Tip to toe, that's just an insane run that we're having. I'm almost sad that it's almost over. In fact, I am sad, actually. Let's remove that almost from it. Backliner is dead. I get to keep a defend. Great. Acrobatics draws so many cards this turn. Let's do it. Now, obviously, that should have been a discard on the burn. However, does it matter? At all. Did it have the possibility of mattering? No. Nothing's gonna answer those questions for you. No. Not even slightly. Turn up, you can all become frail. Wild. Alright, I'm gonna try to defend first. So that I don't take any damage yet. Great blur. I'll retain defense. Enemy debuffed me, and there's all of those statuses. Got two of the statuses in this hand. At the very least, that means I don't get them in the next hand. An early bouncing flask is really good for us as well. There's no way the enemy is doing more than 61 damage this turn. Close, mon frere, but no cigar. Okay, and now I have the enemy weakened. Hold the defense. Leg sweeps in the next hand as well. Well, probably not next hand. Hey, I only took 1 damage that turn. Neat. There's the leg sweep. All right, I'm going to survivor out the... Hang on. If I'm about to generate the new shuffle, I want to keep the burn and the wound in my current hand. So I actually throw the defend. Enemy's not attacking this turn. It's fine. Although I could weaken them for longer with the leg sweep. I kind of really think that's maybe the better idea rather than burning the slimes. Yeah. So I'll deadly poison leg sweep and then finesse to draw a single card. But that now means that these 3 curses, well, statuses go into my new discard pile. So I'm 5 hands, well, 5 hands with no draw. But I'm a bunch of hands away from even encountering these again. Acrobatics first, drop the strike. Big ol' flechette. I may just want to drop like 3 defends. But if I don't poison the enemy, what am I even doing? It's leg sweep, deadly poison in that order. I'll hold the bouncing flask. Thankfully, I can rely on the rest of my deck to have a bunch of defense in it, so it's not like I'm doing a giant risk there. Look at all those blurs. Yeah, incredible. 35 damage incoming means that, yeah, this enemy is going to be so far from doing anything. Again, Blade Dance, Strike, Dagger Spray, Parasite. I don't want those in the new deck, so I'll escape plan. They go to the new discard pile. I have Blurs active, so I do just play Survivor this turn. Great. Enemy is now dealing 2 damage per card we play, by the way. Important to keep that in mind. Now, I'll happily hold the wound at the end of this turn. Just so that I don't draw back into it. Alright, if I'm ever going to say... Well, again, like 35, so... Still weakened. You only just gained 2 strength. What? Like 2 strength? 3 strength? 3 strength. I'm going to be taking like 37 this turn. 36. Oh, split the difference. Enemy's dead. That's a heart kill. What an absolutely ridiculous deck. What a good time. My God. Just... Oh. Whew. My name is Rhapsody. As I mentioned before, I'm off to buy a bunch of lottery tickets. I'm off to enter every single giveaway that I can possibly find on the internet. I'm happily going to sign up for viruses and spam in order to do so. I'm also going to go just fossicking around, see what I can find. Probably going to go panhandling for gold. Feel like that might work out for me. Ridiculous. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Enter the Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you next time.